Okay, this has been a long time coming, but I'm finally going to make a quick video about my PRS. Like a lot of people, I have wanted a PRS forever. I started playing 20 years, almost exactly 20 years ago. And as soon as I heard about PRS and saw Santana and Neil Schon and all these crazy guys that I loved to hear play, what are they playing? What is that? It's not a Fender. It's not a Gibson. It's a PRS. And I've wanted one my whole life. Basically more than half my life, 2/3 of my entire life. And I never wanted to get. I've played some of the cheaper ones, the SEs and things like that, and they were fine. There was nothing wrong with them, but it just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a full American PRS. And this year, the band's been doing really good, and I got married this year, and it's like I said, it's been 20 years of me playing, and I talked to my wife about it, and she was just like, "Yeah, go get one. If you can save up and get one, go get one, and go get the one you want. Don't settle for one of the cheap ones, one of the cheaper ones like a CE. And again, there's nothing wrong with those, but it's just not what I wanted. Don't settle. Go get the one you want." And I could sort of hear. She never said it. She's amazing, and she never gave me any crap about this guitar. But she never said this, but in the back of my head, I could kind of hear, go get what you want. Go get exactly what you want. Don't settle, because you're not doing this again. You're not. She never said that, and she may not have meant that at all, but I could just kind of, okay. All right, I got you. But anyways, this is what I ended up getting. This is, I bought it used, but it is a 2016 PRS McCarty, and I'm shooting in the forward-facing camera, so it's backwards, but you get the idea. It's a 10 top. It is a 10 top. This is called Copperhead, and man, every time I open the case, I can't believe that it's mine. I just can't. It's so pretty, and the color changes depending on what light you're in. I'll see if I can do that. No, it's like light's right above me, so it's just gonna look awesome. But in drab light, it's so subtle, like the top kind of runs together and you can't really tell. But in really bright lights or under the lights on the stage, man, that thing is just 3D. And that's what I loved. I fell in love with it the minute I saw it. Look, this right here in the top, I guess that would be considered a flaw, but man, I love that. I love that. A fully flamed, tiger striped top all the way up the body is amazing, but I love this. I love that character that it's got. Oh, it's so cool. I love it so much. This one has got an ebony fretboard. It's not rosewood. And the back and everything is all mahogany. The neck and the back is all mahogany. And it is a McCarty, so it's pretty thick. And that's something that I like. Again, there's nothing wrong with the customs and things like that, but they were so thin, and I've got an Ibanez SZ, which is really Ibanez just ripping this off completely. But it's really thick, and I really like that feel of a thicker guitar. And it's still not heavy. I haven't actually weighed it, but I would bet you it's on the lower side of 8 pounds, 7.5, maybe 8. It's still not heavy, but it just feels really good. And while I was shopping, I went to the Guitar Center in Arlington, in Texas, and I played a bunch of them. And I played a lot of the 594s and some regular custom 24s, and they all had things that I didn't like about them. But normally I'm not super picky about a neck, but if I was going to spend this much money on a guitar, I wanted it to be exactly what I wanted. So I did not the wide thin or the pattern thin. I did not like that because I work with big wrenches and stuff all the time, and that really thin profile, it just puts so much pressure on my thumb right here, and it hurts after a while. And something else that I found is that it feels like it changes the shape to me. Like this one is the pattern, it's just the pattern. It's not pattern regular, it's just pattern. So this one to me has got almost a C shape like this, but when it goes thinner and thinner, those shoulders become more and more apparent to where it's like a D almost. So the shoulders of it end up digging into the corners of my hands, and I didn't like that. And the vintage was fine, but it still wasn't exactly what I wanted. So this one has the regular, it's just the pattern. It's not the pattern regular, it's just the pattern. And the minute I picked it up, it was like I've been playing it my whole life. And like I said, I bought it used, but there's no fretwear anywhere on it. There's no dings on it that I'm aware of. The only thing I'm a little ashamed of is how bad the chrome looks, and I've got to get some gun polish and clean that up and make it all pretty. I'm really embarrassed about that, but you can't really see it unless you're really looking for it. They're still shiny, but it's just me being picky about something that I've really invested in. But I love this guitar, and I've always been one of those guys that was just like, man, how can you spend that kind of money on something like that? I mean, because I've always been happy with what I've had. I've got a real nice Telecaster, and then my buddy Mark built for me, and I've got, like I said, I've got that Ibanez SZ, just like the one Jared Dines plays, just exactly like it. Only it's got Guitar Marie 8-ball pickups in it, so they're kind of vintage voice. But I've always been happy with that guitar. I've always loved it, and I never really understood why there was such a big price difference, aside from the fact that, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Of course it's made in America, and it's got better materials and stuff like that, but that didn't really mean anything to me. And I've had this since mid-September, right at the 1st of October. So I've had it a couple of months now, and I've really gotten to know it, and now I understand why there's so much money. The Ibanez sounds fine, it plays great, but this, with some gain, with my solo tone on my pedal board, almost every single note up and down the neck will feedback, and not like a bad feedback, like really controlled, really natural sounding feedback, and it's unreal. I was listening to my father-in-law came over a few weeks ago, and he hadn't seen it yet, and I said, play this thing, and he's sitting on the couch playing it, and every note just rings out. Every note just rings, and I was just sitting on the couch across from him just listening to it, and I mean, it's like he's playing an acoustic guitar, a small one, granted, but it's like an acoustic guitar, and I could not believe how clear everything sounded and how crisp and how long everything sustained. It was incredible. And I have noticed that is the biggest thing that I've noticed in playing it, is just that I have no trouble getting any sound that I want to out of it. It's got the coil splitting on the tone knob, and I've normally never liked that, but it really does a good job. You heard it at the beginning. At the first part, I had it split like on the neck pickup. That's the humbucker. go to the humbucker. And that really works. Excuse me. It's not super stratty. It's really more like a Telecaster, which is fine with me because my other gigging guitar is a Telecaster. And same thing in the bridge pickup. This is the humbucker. And you kick that in and it's got a lot of spank. Add some gain to it. Kick the humbucker in. I love that. I love being able to go from just full on humbucker and just be able to back that off and have it be bright and articulate and just crisp. I love that. I love that so much. Like I said, I've never understood why they cost so much money. I mean, I know about, it costs so much more money to make them because, it's all handmade, it's all proprietary stuff, it's all designed just to the hilt. Just every little piece of it is with intent. It's not, okay, we've got these laying around or, that'll work, just get them at the cheapest price so we can make this thing cost less and less and less. And that's not what this is. This is made to be as good as it can be. I'm spoiled, but in a good way, because I love this guitar and I don't feel the need for another one. But if I ever do feel the need for another one, I'm gonna be screwed. I'm not gonna be able to just walk in and pick up some, $300 or $400 guitar and go, that's amazing. I'm gonna go, it's not my PRS. But that'll be good, because then I won't be like, oh, I've got to have this. I'll be like, yeah, I'm okay. But yeah, I'm really spoiled at this point, and I'm so thankful that my wife really supported me on it. She is always so great about that kind of thing. I don't ever have to, if I started ordering a whole bunch of crap, she'd be like, no. But luckily, I'm pretty good about all this. Anyways, this is my PRS. And every time I open the case, I'm just, there it is. There's my PRS. It's so pretty. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to. I'm probably going to do some profiles like this on several of my guitars that I've had a long time and that mean something to me. And thanks for watching.